So last technique in the system is utilizing the head and arm Kimura, which is really the Tremera. Danaher talked about how when we incorporate the head inside the Kimura lock, it is the strongest Kimura. So we've addressed this situation. Dorsal position. We've shown you how to bring a shin inside and how I can use that to pop it. Then we can start getting into our Kimura with elbow positioning. We also looked at, because if you think about when we did the roll through Kimura, the goal was to get the arm behind the back. When you get the arm behind the back, it's a submission. When Declan defends and gets it in front of his belly, it now becomes a positional hold, and then you can go down different pathways. We showed you how to break the grips, how to transition into other positions, how to use your legs. So if he goes hand to hand and I can't break that grip, we talked about how we could transition into the Tariq Oplata, and that's another thing. But maybe you don't have the flexibility to get your leg over, or you just feel that this guy has got super strong grips. We're just going to transition to the back, get into the rear triangle, the position. But rather than finishing with a rear triangle, we want to finish with the Kimura. So I'm keeping this this Kimura lock the whole time. The whole way through this technique, I'm not losing this position. So how do we get to the back from here? So from there, I release with my right hand, and the back of my left hand comes over Declan's forearm. Again, he'll be keeping his grip. Now, if I just turn towards his back, he can get his left elbow and turn to face me. So I need to stay tight. So when we bring our left forearm, or the back of our hand, over his lead arm, I just bring my chest over that. So at no stage can he escape his elbow. Now, as I move to the side, my bicep comes behind his head, and I just reach through, grab the wrist. So I grab his left wrist with my right hand, and my left hand grabs my right wrist. And now we're just into the Kimura trap, only we've got a head inside. And again, I will be looking to keep that position. Obviously, he wants to turn into me to get his elbow to the mat. I can be getting my chest behind his shoulder. I can be rolling him forward from here. Do your stuff, bro. It's a very strong control position from here. Once I've weathered the storm, from here, I'm going to windshield wiper my right shin behind his head, and I can step up with my left shin against his lat. When I bring him towards me, my left leg steps over, I lean to my left, and I now have two unweighted legs. Of course, he's hand to hand from there, so I can just put my two heels into the arm that's furthest away, his defensive arm, and push to break that grip and swim inside. He'll go hand to hand. But I'm keeping that Kimura grip, okay? And I also want to make sure that I've now got, notice the way I still have the head and arm Kimura, but I can release that when I get my legs controlling his head. So we're just moving into the rear triangle position from here. And then I solidify head control by locking a figure four, but I didn't let go of the figure four. Obviously, you could look for the triangle, that'll be another route, but I want the Kimura. Now it's just a push-pull. I pull his left elbow towards me, even though he's hand-to-hand, and I push his right away from me. Keep your grips, just verbal tap, bro. Okay, or if he's not hand-to-hand, it's just a tap from there. So we have covered this in the triangle system. We also have covered it in Danaher's back system. Both of those systems are on the channel. Let's look at dorsal position again, because at the end of the day, these three systems, Danaher's Kimura system, back system, and his triangle system, from the enter the system instructionals, they're all blended together. The stuff that's in one set that blends into the next one. So if I cannot break this grip and I want to finish with the Kimura, all we're going to do is back of the hand comes over the arm that I'm attacking. I bring my head forward so he can't get his elbow to the mat. And as I back step with my knee, my bicep comes behind the head, and then I just find that wrist and find my own wrist. And again, I'll be gluing my chest to his left shoulder. Declan wants to turn into me. It's difficult. When the moment's right, I'll just sit behind his head. Sit back on my hip. Now I have an unweighted leg. When I'm on my hip, right, this leg comes over very, very easily. And then I'm on my right hip. I just turn towards my left hip. And now I have two unweighted legs. He goes hand to hand. I can put my two heels in there. And when I push to open the grip, my right foot swims inside. He'll go hand to hand again. Now, when we did the triangle system, we looked at bringing this above his head. He keeps his grips. Notice the way his neck's wide open. And then when I turned onto my side, we could finish with the rear triangle. Okay, and that is another option to go down. But we want to finish with the Kimura. So I keep that grip. And now from there, when I fall onto my side, notice the way I had head inside the Kimura trap. Once I lock the triangle to finish the Kimura, I won't need his head because my legs are controlling his head. So as I fall onto my right side, his head comes out and my legs control it with a locked triangle. And now from there, it's just pulling his left elbow towards me with my left elbow and pushing at his wrist away from me. Or if he lets go, I can just get it from that side. Let's do it one more time. But at any stage, you could turn this into the back attack system. Let's just run over that. So we're here. So I cannot break the grip. Back of the hand comes around. Okay. Stay tight. Come around. And we're here. So again, from that position, now I could step over, sit back, foot comes over. But instead of going toward the triangle or the Kimura, we could be turning this way, and I'm on the back. Straight jacket system, I can start to push this down, tie it up, and then start working the chokes from there. That's one pathway. Second pathway. From here, arm comes over, stay tight, come behind, make the grip, roll up, sit on my hip, unweighted leg comes over. Okay, then on my right hip, I lean towards my left hip. That frees my right leg. 2 feet on the inside, or push to get my leg on the inside. Second option is just to bring this over his head. And now we have rear triangle. Third option is from there, we just kept the Kimura trap. Notice the way Declan's head is inside the Kimura trap. Okay, from there, before I bring this out, I fall onto my side and now I control his head with the triangle. Now my right elbow's free. I don't want his head included in the Kimura trap when I finish because it's sort of restricting what I can do. Bring his left elbow towards me, push his wrists away. Yep. Or if that arm's free, it's going to be an easier one. So you have 3 pathways from there, but if it is the Kimura, you're keeping the Kimura trap with the head inside until the very, very end.